Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Tay. What day is it? I don't even know. When you're living your best life, you just never, ever know. I think today is Thursday. I know we're into a new month. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so happy that March is in the rearview mirror. And I'm so happy about all the things that are in store for April. But welcome to Live with Tay, where we have real conversations with amazing people you need to know. And I always put you down with the hottest events and music going on because y'all know Tay be outside. That's what I do. That's what I do. And so today I'm so excited to introduce you to someone that he's been on the Live with Tay show before, but in a different capacity. This time, Mr. Neiko Flowers, the media radio vet, is coming by to tell us about a new venture that he's gotten into. So if you don't know Neiko is the host of Neiko Flowers, which is an amazing radio show. Plus, he is the producer. The man be working hard, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, he's one of the hardest working men I know. He works as the producer of the Jacqueline Carr Show and also is the assistant program director for Praise 102.5 here in Atlanta, the hottest radio station. Like, if you're not listening, shame on you, because you should. But all of his hard work has earned him an induction into the Gospel Hall of Fame, well-deserved. All my St. Louis folks, I don't know if y'all can get tickets to it or not, but if you can, I'm going to need you to go ahead and be in the building and show him mad love for that. But above all of the things that he does in media, his number one, and the job I think he probably does the best, in my personal opinion, is the job of husband. He's an amazing husband to his beautiful wife. And I gotta say, he's a pretty cool dad. I'll have to ask him if the kids think that. But in this picture, you can tell he's an amazing father to his children. But now he's entering into the world of author as Neiko gets ready to release his personal memoir, My Hurt, Your Heal, out tomorrow. So y'all know I be putting y'all down with the little sneak peek before it go, to the whole world. So welcome back to Live with Tay, Mr. Neiko Flowers.
What's good, Tay?
I wish I had like some boom, 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 boom,
I feel
music
it.
to
I
give
feel
to
it.
you, but
No, what's
the
going
special
on?
effects. Nothing much. What's going on with you with all of the amazing jobs you already have? You done now added best-selling author, because you know how I believe in manifestation, honey. You already know how I get down. So tell us, what made you now, when you think of a memoir, you think somebody is like 80, to me, is somebody who has, really, they getting old. Neiko, you young. I keep telling people, look at you. We all think you're 12. When we look at you. But what made you decide to go ahead and publish your memoirs now?
Well, this is a cliche answer, but it was a God thing for sure. I really had sat on it for a while. And just one day I just started writing. I just started writing out of the blue. Like, nobody in my family knew I was writing. Like, when I tell you, it was just out the blue. I was sitting at home one day, and I was after a therapy session that I had, and I was like, my therapist is really big on writing out your thoughts, and I've never been like a big, and to be honest, I know how to write, right? But I never been like a person that was like, I'm gonna write a book. Now, me and my wife did talk about writing a book together, right?
And that y'all have got to do that, because the world does definitely need that.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about this is now that I know the process. So it's kind of so I was like, okay, so I'll be the guinea pig. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out there. Y'all, it was a lot of stuff, right? But we worked it out. She was a super big help for me, and I decided to do it because somebody came to me the other day and said, man, like a whole memoir. I said, well, this is the first part. They say once you write one, you're more than likely gonna write another. And I just felt like I'd been through so many things, good, bad, highs, lows, all those things. I said, well, I can continue this thing, right? So that's where it came from, and now we're here, and it dropped.
I love it.
So yeah.
I love it. So I've got a few people that I see just tuning in. What up, Charlotte? Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. I need y'all to tell a friend, run, tell a friend, all of the things,
The city?
because the whole city, I need everybody.
That's
Charlotte,
that's
Queen City, all of them.
Charlotte is where, I claim Charlotte is home. I don't know if you know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
like that's where
yes.
my career started. That's why I was married. That's when my kids were born. Charlotte, I will actually be in Charlotte for Easter. I still have a lot of great friends in Charlotte, and very special place to me. Very,
I love
very,
that.
very special place to me. So I'm super excited
Well,
to have
look,
them.
I'm super excited for all of this goodness that is happening to you, because I got to be honest, Neiko, to know you, you are the person that gives people their flowers. I love when I go to an event and I see you, because even if somebody else is stuffy in there, I know if Nico's in the building, at least I got somebody
Yeah.
that I can cut up with and have a good time with. And so, knowing you, how was it for you to go back through telling your story, the highs and the lows? Like, how did you prepare for that mentally?
I've been in therapy for a while, so it was something that at first, when me and my wife first got married, it was something I was against.
Mm,
I was one of those brothers I was a knucklehead. I thought I knew everything. I ain't need nobody to tell me, and I especially I ain't need to pay somebody to tell me what I need to do. You feel me? I'm not gonna pay you to tell me. I know
we
what I'm
gonna
supposed
just
to.
talk, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm saying. And then 2 sessions in, I was telling all my business. And I'm laid out on the couch. And so yeah, like that was the thing. For me, the older I get, and I tell everybody this, the older I get, the more transparent I am. Because I realized,
Mm,
I told somebody this the other day, I said, now I understand what our parents used to say,
yeah.
right? Like all those things about take one day at a time. And I used to think that was the craziest thing ever, because for me, I'm like, no, you don't take one day at a time. You should plan 10 years out. You should have boom, boom, boom. It's going to lay out like this. And then when you become an adult, you like, life be lifing, and it
That
don't work
part.
out like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so when I realized that I had issues, I've been through some things, and that somebody can benefit from it, I was like, man, listen, I'm not about to sit up here and hold and be this perfect person, right? Because
Come
I
on
don't want
now.
to be that perfect person. I want to be a person that people could say, man, he been through all that, but look, he overcame. And
Mm.
so that was the biggest thing for me. God told me literally, in order to evolve, you need to reveal.
Ooh, ding! I need a bell for that. That's a
And
good
I
one.
heard that. And I
Yeah.
heard that. And I heard it for like a week. And I was like,
Mm,
God, what does this mean? What
hmm.
does it mean? And he was like, the sooner you let people know, like it was like a thing where he was like, people are relying on your story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
heavy. That's
People
heavy.
are, somebody right now is going through something that you overcame, that needs to hear your story to pull them out. So
Hmm.
when I felt that, I was like, all right, that's it. And yeah, and
Let
here
them
we
have
are.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. And so the title of the book, My Hurt, Your Heal. What
Mm.
does that mean to you? Because when you first sent it to me, I'm like, wow, like that's heavy. Like
Yeah.
what? And so that title, what does that mean to you personally?
The title, I was just telling my wife about this. The title, I never had a title in mind.
Mm,
It's and I know you're a music person, right? And I literally just told her this. I said, how like when artists start to work on an album, they kind
hmm.
of just go into the studio. They kind of got a lane, but
Yeah.
they kind of fill it out. You know what I mean? And then the title comes from out of nowhere. And that's what this
Hmm.
was. I literally had no other title. It came to me one day out the blue. I was driving down the street, and it just came, my hurt your heal. And I thought that it represented exactly what the book was going to relay. When
Hmm.
people seen the title, they were like, the title alone
Yeah.
was very like, people haven't even read it yet, right? But the title alone, they were like, man, Neiko, I got some hurt too, that that I need healing from. And I'm just like, and it was like, you, without even reading it, made me already want to just be like, here it is. You know what
Let
I
me
mean?
unpack.
Like,
Yeah,
here
yeah,
we go. And
yeah,
you know, and that's the goal. That's the goal, because we all go through hurt. But the goal is to get to the healing.
yeah,
The
yeah.
goal is to get to the healing. And so that's where the book name came from.
I love it. I love it. And
Mm.
so for you, you are a person that, again, you give people their flowers. You're
Mm-hmm.
always like, if looking from the outside, people would say, Neiko's got it all together. He's an amazing husband. He's an amazing father. He has this successful career. He couldn't have been through nothing, right?
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now that you are sharing your story
Mm-hmm.
transparently and
Mm-hmm.
authentically with all that will get this book, what are you hoping that people will take away from this?
That I'm not perfect. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
think I spent too many years trying to be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just exhausting, to be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you. You know, I think that was the biggest thing for me. You know, I was like, I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. I had losses. I've had wins. You know, I had ups. I had downs. I've been through some things. I overcame some things, and you know, I was just like, you know, I need to be raw. I need to be vulnerable. I need to be transparent, because that's the
Yeah.
only way people are really going to understand the true me. And
Mm-hmm.
the freedom that I have now that I've started to tell these things, the freedom that I have, I feel like I'm living my authentic self. I have um like literally felt so light
Mm-hmm.
and so free.
Yeah.
And when I felt that, I was like, man, I want everybody to feel like this. You know, I'll tell you a quick little story. I told my closest circle first. And one in particular, it was a good homeboy of mine. And when I told him, you know, some of the stuff that was in the book, the phone went silent. And
Mm.
I was like, you good? Like, hello? You know, checking to see if he's there. And he was like, bro, I'm crying. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, okay. And his only response was, me too.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I remember that was only a couple weeks ago, right? And I
Mm.
remember just being like, this is why I'm doing this.
I love it. I love it.
It's to
Fanita.
free people.
Yeah, well, no. And so I've got some comments here. Shout out Fanita Sawyer. She says, what? That is a great title. So, up, Fanita, I need you to go ahead and get this book, show some
Yes.
love. And then shout out Charlotte Hatchett, who says that's what got me was the title. So, see, already getting people to come in. And
People
so,
called
Fanita,
me and told me that.
yeah, no, for real. Because at first I'm thinking when you said book, I said, oh, Neiko's gonna have something fun, upbeat, like, and it just really took like maybe
Yeah.
inspirational. I
Yeah.
was not prepared. I
Yeah.
was not prepared. And so Fanita says, yes, so many of us wear a mask, which is so true. And so the authentic nature of which you are getting ready. You've always been an authentic person. What you get, what you see is what you get. When we
I
see
appreciate that.
Neiko, we you are your name holds weight because there's not a single soul in the circle of entertainment and media. Everybody thinks very highly of
I appreciate that.
Neiko, of you, and that says a lot. And so as you are peeling back layers and
Hmm.
letting people see that
Hmm.
you've overcome so much, uh, what advice would you have for someone who maybe is wearing a mask right now or is hasn't yet fully gotten to that point where they can show up and tell their authentic story?
Mm, that's a great question. I would say first you have to want it,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to truly want it, because one of the scariest things about this whole process is that feeling like you naked to the world.
Yeah, yeah. Who
That
wants that,
right
right?
there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I have some days, so I'm super excited. I'm like, yeah, yeah, this coming out. And then some days I'd be like, Lord, oh, oh, are we
You're
sure
like, is
about
it
this?
out on print
I can still pull this thing down. You know, I'm like, I can pretend like this never happened. We just gonna go about life. Y'all never knew about a book. There you go. Right. But then I was like, as scary as it is rewarding,
Yeah.
because uh, it's just one of those things that I had to work up to. For those people who are in a season or in a place where they feel like they want to be more vulnerable, they want to be more transparent. For me, what I did was like I mentioned earlier, I started with a counselor, became
Mhm.
really comfortable with that person first,
Yeah.
and then that started to unpeel back the layers, if you will.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I just started doing was just opening up to my close circle.
Yeah.
Start there. I think that is one of the best things that you can do,
Yeah.
because it's hard to come out. And for me, because I live in, and I guess some people will call me what
A
is it?
celebrity. He
Some people will
is.
call me a public figure or whatever like
Yes,
that. So
definitely.
I feel like when I put myself out there, it is scary.
Yeah.
It is really scary. So, but what helped me, what prepared me, and the advice I can give to somebody right now who is wanting to get to this point is to start with your smallest circle. Start with the
Hmm.
people that knows you the best. And to be honest with you, you're gonna be surprised at some people that's like, yo, I thought I knew you, but now it's like a whole nother level of you, and
Yeah.
now I respect you more because now I'm like, oh, so you've been through stuff too? And then they be like, well, shoot, let me tell you what I've been through.
Hmm.
That just happened to me the other day with another one of my homeboys, and I was like, bro, I ain't judging. That's the goal of it.
That part.
That is the
That
goal.
part.
Yeah,
That part.
yeah,
Shout out. Fanita said, yes, applaud you for finding your safe space to be vulnerable. Cause that's
yeah,
a lot. Like that
yeah.
can really be heavy, and getting a good circle of people, right?
Absolutely,
So that are going to rock with you. They're going to tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. I really
absolutely.
do believe that that is so important. And so you're writing this book. And so, for anyone who is just tuning in, it goes down tomorrow on Amazon. Go ahead and put it in your cart tonight so that tomorrow you could go ahead and hit purchase. So, we've got Neiko Flowers, My Hurt, Your Heal. I love it. It's going to be his memoir. Yes, he is bearing it all and in hopes of healing and encouraging others to do the same. And so, Neiko, out of all of the chapters in the book,
Hmm.
which one would you say was the most challenging for you to write, and why?
Oh, that would definitely be. I believe it's two or three
Okay.
because it definitely jumps into stuff. And that is going to be the one where, because I talked about, I mean, I talked about, some of the things that, my wife and I struggles. I talked about some professional struggles, some highs, some lows, all of that. But I want to say chapter 2, chapter 3 is one of those ones for sure. And then it kind of lingers because you're gonna see like a thread in where
Mm,
my mind was thinking during those times, and years past those times you're gonna see like a thing was like, oh, so you
this was,
that's why you were acting like that because of that. Aha, okay, that
it
makes
makes
sense now.
sense now. Yeah.
And that's another beautiful thing about the book is it's really going to explain, especially for some of my family, because a lot of my family didn't know why I did the things I did or
Mm.
why I acted the way I acted during those times. And now writing it, I told my wife, I was like, it's gonna make all the sense to them now.
I love it. I
You
love
know what I
it.
mean? So
Yeah,
yeah.
no, and I think something that I applaud you for publicly, and I can't wait to get my copy of the book, is the fact that I'm single, right? And
Hmm.
so when I look at you and your wife, we were at Stellar's, and I'm like, I remember just like looking at y'all like, oh, they look so cute, and they always have so much fun together. Shout out his amazing, beautiful wife right there. I'm telling you, she just bombed. Like when y'all pose
Boom.
on the red carpet, it's just like boom, boom, bang, bang. And so, to be able to be transparent, to just say, hey, we hit this obstacle, or this was something that we encountered in our marriage, but look at us now, and how you all are going through. So I'm
Hmm.
excited to just read it for that aspect and for your career. You are hot, my brother. Like you are hot, 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 hot. The Hall of Fame, the
Yeah.
Gospel Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Pop your collar with that. And so, in the midst of all of these amazing things, I know that this book is just going to add to the accolades that you're getting in this
Yeah.
season, because this is your time. Like, this is your winning season. I really, really believe that for you.
It is I just left the Be in My Trailblazer Gospel Awards today. And funny enough, I was just overwhelmed before, well, before the interview, but after the Be in My Trailblazer Awards, because I was obviously thinking about the book tomorrow.
Yeah,
But I was
yeah.
also thinking about some of the opportunities that I've had. And, the best compliment somebody has ever given me is the fact that I am, like you mentioned, is that I am the same.
Yeah, part.
I'm the same
Yeah.
person, like those accolades are amazing. But to hear people say, man, you just so cool, down to earth and just chill, like, that is amazing. And one of the things that happened today, and I just put it on my social media, right?
I
So
saw it.
so this right here is Root Magazine, and it's a dual cover. So that's Kirk right there. Yes, very nice. Shout out to Root Magazine, Hassan. He did an amazing job. When I got there, I was happened to just scroll along, and they in the book they do the top 20 power players, right? So right there, and then they had the 2025 ones to watch, and that's when they had me in there. So I'm right there, and I was just like, man, I'm sitting in this room with all of these people that
Legends, right?
inspire legends that
Yeah, yeah.
inspire me. And I'm in this magazine. And when I think about that, the Hall of Fame, the book, I'm just telling my wife, there's so many other things I want to do. I'm
Mm.
already kind of have an idea what's next. I already told her. And I think people are going to be a little, I don't think they're going to be surprised anymore because
Comedian.
I'm putting myself out there and challenging myself. Like,
I think
you
you
guys
should be a
are
comedian
like
because
I
you're
mean,
really
you
funny.
know what?
Because I
I
really
tell
like
people,
you could do a stand up, Nico. People don't realize how funny you are. You
yeah,
are
yeah.
truly a
I
comedian
gotta
for real,
start
bro.
showing that side more. And my wife really trying to get me to do it. I tell people all the time, I say there's a difference between being silly and being funny, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I am a nut. You know what I'm saying? I love to have a good time. I'm a good time. You gonna have a good time. You know,
You gonna
when I
laugh
get the opportunity to come to brunch,
that part?
we gonna have a good time. I ain't forget. We gonna make that happen, and
Yes.
we gonna have a good time. But yeah, man, I just love people. I love people, and I try to treat people well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, and just be the best person I can be. So it's been amazing. I can't even front. It's been like a fast car.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like a fast car, and I think one of the things that the book is going to allow me to do is one of the things that I've found a new passion about, and that is going to speak. You know,
Ooh.
really, I really, 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 I've been praying for this. I say, God, I want to go. I want to go heal people.
Mm.
I
And
want to
the
go.
funny thing is, Nico, though, when I first met you, this is a
Mhm.
true, true story. It just hit my mind. When I first met you, it was at Black Media Honors, and you
Wow.
came.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the door. I was
Okay.
helping do something, and when you came in the door, this was for the panel when we were doing moderation, like
Yep.
speakers during the
Yep.
day. And when you came through the door, I looked at you and I said, it is something special about him. Like literally, I don't remember who I was talking to. I'm like, who is that? I said, because it's something about him. When you walked in, you were so humble, had no idea that you were up for
Mhm.
to be winning, right?
Mhm.
Fast forward to the night, we're sitting at the table, and my table was behind your table. And I
Ha.
remember looking at you and I said, you're
Yeah.
going to win. I
Yeah.
just knew because
Yeah.
your energy, your presence, and when you got up there and won the award, I knew in my heart then, God, that He is a winner. And all the things that you have got, I knew in that moment that that was your open door season for things to just continue to go. And
Yeah.
where it may seem like an overnight success to others,
Right.
it was
Yeah.
something in your spirit that said He has put in His dues
Yeah.
and He will now reap all of the
Yes.
things He
Yeah.
desires. And so
Yeah.
for me, I'm just so excited for you because you're really a good person. Fanita says, as a community of people of color, we have been groomed to not have people in our business. Did Nico have that cross his mind when he wrote the book? That's a great question, Fanita.
Oh yeah, I grew up in a house. What goes on in this house, stay in this house. For
Mm-hmm.
sure. I grew up like that. So that was something that I had to overcome with writing this. That was something. Obviously, I had a conversation with not only my wife but my kids.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have a conversation about that, and not only them. My parents.
Yeah.
My.
And I
We
know
had to
you
have,
love your daddy. Y'all
yeah, yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
We had to
man
have
right there.
yeah, we had to have conversations about that. My siblings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some very very close cousins. Um, we had to have conversations about these things because when you put stuff out there that not only deals with you as an individual, even though it's my story, it still affects other people in different ways. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely had to have that moment. I was like, "Am I sure I want to put this out for people?" The biggest thing that uh, people been telling me lately is like, "Yo, like you're so brave,"
Mm.
and I didn't realize how brave have been until I don't think I'll recognize until tomorrow.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think tomorrow when I told my wife, I said I'm going to sleep early tonight. I gotta put some posts up. I got some interviews tomorrow as well. So I got a busy day tomorrow. So I just like get my mind together because I don't know what people are gonna ask me. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's yeah. So to answer a question, absolutely. That was definitely one of the things in my mind. And yeah, we gonna see.
Yes, we are definitely going to see. And regarding you being a speaker, I see that. I was just in Minneapolis. Shout out the Black Speakers Bureau.
Come
I
on.
definitely have to put you in contact with them. They're an amazing organization
Okay.
which is helping Black speakers get paid gigs. It's a network that they're doing. They did an
Wow.
event today in Atlanta as well. So I definitely need to
Absolutely, please.
connect you because you definitely have a story and a platform that people need to hear. So if you're just tuning in to Live with Tay, y'all know I be having real conversations with people you need to know, like Neiko Flowers, who's got
Yeah.
a new book that drops tonight at midnight. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need y'all to go to Amazon, put it in your cart now. My Hurt, Your Heal. We are making it a #1 bestseller on Amazon tomorrow, coming out the gate.
Yeah.
It's
Out the
just gonna
gate.
rip.
Wow.
Everybody get one.
Yeah.
It's Easter around the corner. It's put it in the Easter basket.
Put it in
Uh,
the
put it in
basket.
the basket. Put it
Yeah.
in the basket. So one of my last questions for you, Neiko, is you said the greater the obstacle, the
Mm.
greater the glory. That's one of your taglines for the book. How has that shown true in your life?
Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings, things that I never thought I'd make it out of.
Mm.
You know, mindset that I never thought I'd make it out of. Just I didn't think that God could use somebody who's been through what I've been through.
Mm.
And the obstacles were huge, but the glory will make you want to run around a room and shout, backflip, do all the
All
things,
of the things,
you know,
right?
because that's what I have to think about. And that's one of the biggest things. And I put that subtitle there for a reason because I wanted
Mm-hmm.
people to see my hurt, your heal, but then the greater the obstacle, the greater the glory, because just because you've been through some things don't mean God can't take that and turn it around in your favor.
That
Doesn't
part.
mean that you can't use that in another way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if you were an alcoholic. There's somebody right now that needs to hear from somebody who used to be who used to have addiction to alcohol because they're going through it in the moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're able to overcome that obstacle and get to the glory and somebody else sees it, then you're just helping them right along. And that's what God wants us to do. And so for
Yeah.
me, this whole book is a God thing. This is not me. I wanted to sell, right? But
Yeah.
my biggest thing is I have a new purpose. I found a
Mm.
new mission. I told somebody the other day, this is my new ministry
Yeah.
of really healing people, getting people to that place of freedom. Because I know how it feels to be free now. And now
Mm.
that I know how it feels, I want other people to walk in their freedom as well.
That's a true Neiko way. Because to know Neiko is to know he ain't gonna hold it all for himself. If he got a little something, he want everybody to
Listen.
experience that goodness. And so that's
Yeah.
why, I definitely wanted to have you on the show.
Yeah.
My last question for you
Mhm.
before we wrap up is, what is one thing that you hope someone who doesn't know you, if somebody's watching this right now, this is their first time ever meeting Neiko Flowers ever in life, what is one thing as they read through that book tomorrow that you would want them to take away from the book?
One thing. I had an answer, but then one thing, then I had to think. Let me see.
I'll give you some grace because I know you got a lot of interviews coming up. So I'll let
I
you just let us have it.
Well, one thing is my heart.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes, and I have to work on this. I'm still working on this, right? But
Mm-hmm.
my heart, for sure, because I do love people, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this for fame and all that stuff, right? I'm doing this because it was healing for me.
Yeah.
It was healing for me, and so by way of the healing for me, it's gonna heal other people. But besides that, I want them to know that wherever they are in life, whatever they've been through in life, it is never too late to overcome. It is never too late to get to the glory. It is never too late to take that hurt and turn it into your heal.
Drops mic. I didn't purposely put lashes on because I felt like Neiko was gonna get me to tear up because I felt it in my spirit.
Yeah.
And so again, congratulations to you, Neiko.
Thank you.
Benita says, I am going to go ahead and get the book. And I encourage everybody else that is watching this, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, is to make sure that you get My Hurt, Your Heal by Neiko Flowers out tomorrow on Amazon. All y'all got Amazon accounts. One thing I know for certain is that everybody that watches this got an Amazon account.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and put it in your cart. Get a couple of copies, but get it
Amen.
tomorrow. I don't want y'all to wait. It's Payday Friday tomorrow. Go on, run
Let's
it up.
Get it.
And let's get it.
Let's
and,
get it.
Neiko, how can they follow you on social media and stay in touch with all things Neiko?
Yeah, so you can follow me on social media at Sir Neiko. That's SIRNEIKO. It's an orange dot. Okay, you can't miss it. All right. That's what I tell people. It is, type in Sir and it pops up orange,
That part.
And then on Facebook it's Neiko Flowers. There's gonna be I'm gonna be posting a good bit tomorrow. Good. So I'll be doing a lot of posting tomorrow. I'm be trying to be as interactive as possible tomorrow. And that's what, so keep up with me. Keep up with me. I'm excited about I'm not going away from this season, but I am excited about some of the other things that are coming as well. That it's gonna be dope. We're excited.
Well, y'all stay tuned. If you follow me, look, Charlotte said, thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte says it's in her cart. Thank you, Charlotte. Come on, Charlotte. Come on. So if you follow me on social media, I'm telling you, anything that Neiko does, I'm going to post it because he's always doing amazing things. But please make sure that you follow him, support him as you read the book. Make sure that you send him messages and let him know how it touched you. Because a lot of times when we bare ourselves and share our stories, we are inspired by the thoughts and the opinions of others that what they have to say. So make sure that you do it. And I mean, I don't know, can they go to the Gospel Hall of Fame? Is that a
yeah? I mean, it's open. It's in St. Louis. I believe it is September 4th and 5th. But I am doing for those in Atlanta, I am doing a book signing this Saturday from 12 to 2. I know it's so many things happening this week. It's so much going on. I didn't get invited to like 3 things, and they was like, "Oh, bro, I forgot," and I was like, "I can't be everywhere, y'all. I'm trying."
That part. Well, I'm gonna send a representative because I want my book signed and all of the good things. So I'm gonna send a representative. But if you are watching this episode of Live with Tay, I'm telling y'all, I be having real conversations with amazing people you need to know, like Sir Neiko Flowers.
Hey.
Make sure that if this episode inspired you, motivated you, or you know someone who needs to hear it as they're going through their healing journey, make sure that you share it. We would appreciate that for you to do it. And all of the good things, make sure, again, you get his new book out tomorrow, April the 4th, My Hurt, Your Heal. And then follow him on social media as well. Now, I know it's conflicting. But y'all know I'm gonna be outside this weekend because y'all already know it's the R&B brunch. It's the 90s edition. One thing about me is I love 90s music, so I got my whole gear and everything ready for the brunch on April the 5th. So if you are in the city, tickets are still available. But if it sells out, which it probably will, I want y'all to go and make sure y'all like Neiko event now. Make sure you go over there and do that. And then for all of my out-of-towners, y'all always are saying, Tay, let me know what's going on. May 18th, we are outside for the Mimosas and Business Brunch. Our girl London King is setting it up. And for the record, fellas, men are invited. So all you gotta do is wear some pink. Y'all can call it pink salmon, whatever you want to do. But you can definitely be out there for Mimosas and Business and all of the good things. So y'all know I'd be outside, and I hope to see you outside too. But I couldn't leave y'all without no music. Neiko, have you heard Lakia's new album? You got to get into it if you have not. So
I knew you was gonna say Stokes.
I love it. So Lakia Stokes has dropped her official EP, Diary of a Church Girl. It is out now. I'm telling y'all, run it up. Run it up, run it up. Is so transparent. And for all of us that have grown up in the church, baby, I was like, girl, you done read my diary, honey. You done read my diary. So it's so good. So y'all know your girl Tay had to leave you with a little bit of music. So we're going to go ahead and close out with her hit single off of Diary of a Church Girl, Who Am I, on Live with Tay. Until next time, y'all, it's your girl Tay. I'm going to see you outside. Peace out, y'all. Bye, Neiko.
You love me in spite of me. Who am I? You look beyond my faults and saw my name. Who am I? Even though I'm not deserving, my destiny preserving just for me. Who am I? That you love me on my worst day. Who am I? And when you should have, you didn't walk away. Who am I?
Man, ain't nobody special. I don't know why you cut for me the way you cut for me, baby.
I realize I'm favorite love kept saying. That's what I am by. That's what I am by. I am so loved by. I am so loved by. Favorite love kept saying. That's what I am by. I am so loved by. I am so loved by. Who am I? That you are so mindful of me, God. Who am I? When life gets crazy, you say I can hide. Who am I? And when I mess up, you don't bring it back up. Instead, you say, get up, yeah.